I have made a lot of financial mistakes in my life, not due to a lack of know-how, but a lack of discipline. You see, understanding the principles of finance is one thing, but applying them requires a level of self-control that many of us grapple with. We live in a world full of financial pitfalls, and it's alarmingly easy to fall into a debt trap. I know this because I've been there. I once borrowed $2 million from 3 different financial institutions, a decision that was more complex and demanding than I had initially anticipated. The allure of easy money can often blind us to the long-term consequences of our financial decisions. And when it comes to borrowing, those consequences can last for years. It took me 2 to 3 years to pay back that debt, and I learned some valuable lessons in the process. First, let's understand what debt is. Debt, in its simplest form, is money borrowed by one party from another. It's a financial obligation to repay the borrowed amount, typically with interest. Now, not all debts are created equal. There are 2 kinds of debt: good debt and bad debt. Good debt is an investment that will grow in value or generate long-term income. Think of it as a seed sown for a future harvest. It pays off itself in the long run. For instance, student loans or mortgages can be considered good debts as they potentially lead to increased earning potential or asset appreciation. On the other hand, bad debt is usually incurred to purchase things that quickly lose their value and do not generate long-term income. These are debts that are paid off by you, not by an appreciating asset or income stream. Credit card debts or payday loans often fall into this category. As Robert Kiyosaki aptly put, good debt makes you rich, while bad debt makes you poor. Opening, I would like to share with you my personal experience with debt. There was a time when I found myself in a precarious financial situation with a mountain of debt amounting to $2 million. This was no small sum, and it wasn't from one source. I had borrowed from 3 different financial institutions, each with their own terms and conditions, their own interest rates, and their own deadlines. It was a complex web of obligations that took me 2 to 3 years to untangle and settle. The journey was not easy. I was constantly under pressure, always thinking about the next payment, the accruing interest, and the potential consequences of defaulting. It was a period of my life that was dominated by numbers, calculations, and negotiations. I was living under the shadow of debt, and it was a humbling experience. However, during this journey, I learned some invaluable lessons. I realized the importance of discipline, of living within my means, and of planning for the future. I understood that borrowing to consume, to live a lifestyle beyond my income, was a dangerous path. It was a path that led to stress, worry, and financial instability. I also discovered that not all loans are created equal. Some come with low interest rates, while others can be quite exorbitant. It's essential to be discerning, to compare and contrast, and to always go for the loan with the lowest interest rate. And once you've taken a loan, it's crucial to pay it off as early as possible, especially the ones with the highest interest rates. One of the most significant lessons I learned was to never borrow to repay loans. It's a vicious cycle that only leads to more debt. Instead, if you find yourself unable to pay off a loan, it's better to communicate with your creditor, to explain your situation, and to work out a feasible repayment plan. Closing. From this experience, I learned some key principles about managing debt. Good debt, the kind that pays itself off in the long run, can lead to financial freedom. Bad debt, on the other hand, is a burden that you have to carry. Remember, as Robert Kiyosaki said, good debt makes you rich, while bad debt makes you poor. Let's dive into the key principles of managing debt. These are the guidelines that have helped me transition from a state of indebtedness to financial freedom, and I believe they can do the same for you. Firstly, never borrow to consume. It may seem tempting to take out a loan for a lavish vacation or the latest gadget, but remember that you're essentially paying more for these luxuries due to interest rates. If you can't afford it now, save up for it. Secondly, always aim for loans with the lowest interest rates. This may require some research and comparisons, but it's worth the effort. Lower interest rates mean you'll pay less over the lifetime of the loan, freeing up more of your income for other financial goals. Thirdly, avoid borrowing to repay loans. This is a dangerous cycle that can lead to spiraling debt. Instead, focus on creating a repayment plan for your existing loans and stick to it. Fourthly, pay off your loans as early as possible. The longer you take to repay a loan, the more interest you'll accrue. If you can afford to make larger payments or additional payments, do so. Fifthly, if you have multiple loans, prioritize paying off the ones with the highest interest rates first. This strategy, known as the avalanche method, can save you significant amounts in interest over time. Lastly, borrow to produce. This means taking on debt for things that will generate income or increase in value over time, such as a business venture or real estate. This is what we refer to as good debt. Remember, the best advice is to not pay off if the interest is exorbitant or unreasonable, or if you cannot afford to pay off, or you have lost your job. It's crucial to maintain open communication with your creditors and discuss alternative repayment plans or options. It's not a crime to owe, but it's essential to manage your debts responsibly. Opening. There are situations when taking a loan might be a good decision. Imagine this. You found the perfect opportunity to start a business. You've done your research, you have a solid business plan, and you're ready to take the leap. However, you lack the initial capital to get it off the ground. Here, taking a loan could be a strategic move. The loan will act as an investment in your business. As your business profits, it pays off the loan, essentially paying for itself. This is an example of good debt. Now let's consider another scenario. You're looking to further your education, perhaps to secure a promotion or to switch careers. The tuition for the course or degree you're eyeing is hefty. Here again, taking a loan might be a wise decision. The increased earning potential post-graduation can help pay off the loan, and the knowledge you gain is an asset that will keep giving. Lastly, suppose you're a homeowner and your house needs major repairs, or you wish to upgrade it for a better market value. You might not have the lump sum needed for the renovations. A home improvement loan in this scenario could be beneficial. The improvements could increase the value of your home significantly, covering the cost of the loan and potentially adding to your net worth. In each of these scenarios, the key is careful planning and management. It's crucial to ensure the return on your investment will be enough to cover the loan, and ideally, even more. Don't forget to shop around for the best loan terms and interest rates. Remember, borrowing money is not inherently bad. It's how you use and manage that debt that determines whether it's good or bad. Good debt can lead to growth and increased wealth, while bad debt can lead to financial strain and stress. Closing. In these situations, taking a loan could be a strategic financial move. Let's summarize what we've learned today. We've embarked on a journey peeling back the layers of the often misunderstood concept of debt. We've seen its many faces, the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. We shared a personal anecdote about navigating the treacherous waters of indebtedness, underscoring the reality that debt is not a one-size-fits-all issue. It's a multi-million-dollar puzzle, composed of various factors such as interest rates, repayment periods, and most importantly, purpose. We've debunked the myth that all debt is inherently evil. It's not about avoiding debt altogether, but understanding the difference between good debt and bad debt. Good debt, as we've learned, is an investment that will generate income or increase value over time. It's the kind of debt that pays for itself in the long run. On the other hand, bad debt is the one that drains you, leaving you in a financial quagmire. We've also discussed the principles of debt management. We emphasize the importance of discipline, making conscious decisions to avoid borrowing for consumption, seeking loans with the lowest interest rates, and prioritizing early repayment, especially for loans with high interest rates. We've also highlighted the necessity of transparency with creditors when repayment becomes a challenge. It's not a crime to owe, but it's crucial to be aware of the consequences and to communicate effectively with your creditor. We've examined situations where taking a loan might be a good decision and when it might not be. It's all about making informed decisions, weighing the pros and cons, and understanding the ultimate impact on your financial health. In essence, as Robert Kiyosaki aptly put it, good debt makes you rich, while bad debt makes you poor. So as you navigate your financial journey, remember to use debt as a tool to your advantage, not as a shackle that holds you back. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, comment, and share for more financial wisdom. Thank you for watching.